What if you woke up tomorrow and nothing had a name? Not the ceiling, not your hand, not the feeling of confusion. How would you think? Your mind wouldn't be blank. It would be a flood, an undifferentiated sea of sensory input. The act of naming is the first step in carving up that chaotic reality into understandable pieces. Before an object has a name, it is just a pattern of light and texture. By giving it a label, like cup, your brain tags that specific bundle of atoms, separating it from the table it rests on and the liquid inside it. This isn't just labeling, it's a fundamental act of creation, turning raw perception into a world of distinct things. Each name you learn becomes a cognitive handle, a compressed file for a massively complex idea. Think of an apple. You don't have to reprocess its color, shape, taste, crunch, and typical location every time. You just grab the handle, the word apple, and your brain instantly pulls up the entire concept. For people with anomia, a condition where they lose the ability to name things, this process breaks down. They can describe the apple perfectly. It's red, round, grows on trees, but they can't access the handle. A name isn't just a tag. It's an efficient retrieval tool that allows your working memory to juggle multiple complex ideas at once without getting overloaded. But are these handles assigned randomly? For a long time, linguists thought so. Yet consider two shapes. One is spiky and sharp, the other is round and blob-like. If I told you one is named Booba and the other Kiki, you would almost certainly know which is which. This is the Booba-Kiki effect, and it has been observed in cultures and languages all over the world. The sharp, plosive sound of Kiki seems to intrinsically match the spiky shape, while the soft, rounded sound of Booba fits the amorphous blob. This suggests that our process of naming isn't entirely arbitrary. There's a deep, perhaps primal connection between the sounds we make and the shapes we perceive, a form of sound symbolism woven into our cognition. This organization goes even deeper, into the very structure of your mind. Where do you store all these names and concepts? As it turns out, your brain uses the same hardware it uses for physical navigation. The hippocampus, your brain's internal GPS, creates cognitive maps of places you've been. Neuroscientists have discovered it also creates maps of concepts. Naming something gives it a location in this conceptual space. This is why we use spatial language for abstract ideas. A close friend isn't physically nearer, but their concept location is closer to self in your mental map. You grasp an idea, look forward to an event, or fall in love. Your brain is literally navigating a landscape of ideas as if it were a physical city. Because names create these fixed points in our minds, they hold immense social power. Consider things named after people or eponyms. Alzheimer's disease is named for Alois Alzheimer, the sandwich for the 4th Earl of Sandwich. This act of naming does more than just identify. It assigns legacy, ownership, and a specific point in history. However, it can also be a trap. Stigler's law of eponymy ironically states that no scientific discovery is named after its original discoverer. Naming simplifies a complex history of collaborative effort or parallel discovery down to a single person. It's a cognitive shortcut that shapes how we remember our own history. So we name things to understand them, to navigate them, and to control them. But what about the things we can't name? There are experiences, like the subjective redness of red, what philosophers call qualia, that defy definition. Words can only point to it. Languages around the world contain words for feelings that have no direct translation, like the Portuguese saudade, a deep melancholic longing for someone or something absent. Giving it an approximate English name like nostalgia doesn't capture it, it diminishes it. Perhaps the final frontier of our understanding lies right there, in the space between our labels. The need to name everything builds our world, but the acceptance that some things may remain unnamed allows us to truly experience it.
Monotony has grown fast. Nearly 2,700 people have watched in the last few weeks, yet less than 0.03% are subscribed. It would mean a lot if you joined by hitting subscribe. And again, thanks for watching.